Hi guys, just got finished installing an EMCO storm and screen door for my home. It's the 100 Series Plus. Picked this up at Home Depot for $127, not including tax. Here's a look at the door. It's white, black handle, glass, clear. 36-inch by 80-inch. Yeah, I just finished installing it, guys, and my battery was down on my camera, so I wasn't able to show you guys how to do that. So I wanted to kind of take you over it. First of all, we see the instructions here, the parts. There weren't a whole lot of parts besides the door. We've got the rain cap. What is this here? The sweep. The hinge rail. The part H here is an extension to the rain cap, and then we have the F being a latch rail. I think let's see, latch rail. Yes, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces besides the main door. So it was pretty easy to do, guys. I'm going to show you these parts on the door. I'm going to show you how I measured for this particular door, and kind of give you some more specs here in case you're hoping to replace a screen door yourself. Okay, before I show you the door closed, let me show you how I measured for this door. I have brick molding all the way across the frame here. You can see the brick molding here. It goes out to right here. Of course, this is in place now, but so it's just wood framed all the way across. Here's the brick molding at the top here. It's underneath here. I'll show you on the outside. Right here. So just made my measurements across and up and down to get the size door I would need. And to do that, just took a measuring tape, measured the molding from here all the way across to right here, and then at the top measured underneath the brick molding here all the way down to the seal. So I got 36 across and I got 80 inches down. Okay, for this door, the 36 by 80 inch door, you're going to need to be at the range of 35 3/4 to 36 3/8. As far as the height goes, you're going to need to be between 80 inches and 81. That's the space of your door frame. Okay, if your frame is 36 1/8 to 36 3/8, it's going to be a little wide, so you're going to have to shim that. You can use wood to shim it, to add on to your molding here to close the space, or you can use the shim here that they provided, which is a pretty good little deal here. I did not need any shimming. Fortunately, I measured out 36 and 80. I was real happy about that, guys. So let me show you door closed here. Okay, let me show you the parts that I showed you earlier. Parts that are now on the door. We have the latch rail here. And then laying right on top of the latch rail, we have the rain cap. They provide an extension to the rain cap, which you can just lay on top of the rain cap and put in it at the same time, which I did use 3 screws for that rain cap. It lays on the other side over here on top of the hinge rail here. There's 4 hinges in the door. Then at the bottom, there's the sweep, plastic sweep that you just slide on the bottom of the door. And later on, I'll put some screws to mount it. Right now, it's just laying on there. The door's universal, so you can put the hinges on the right side like I did, or the left side. And also, you know, the handle is, you know, universal as well. Let me show you the edge of the door here. Just has 4 screws. Okay, and the first thing that I did to install the door was to put the hinges on the hinge rail here on the edge of the door. And I'm going to show you how I did that using the old door that I took off. I laid the door out on the edge horizontally like this. And this is pretty much set up just like the new door. Has the same kind of layout and design. So what I did was I took the hinge rail, laid it on the side, had an extension here of I believe it's 3/16 of an inch on the top and bottom. Once I found that position, I found a hole in the or a screw in the door lined up with one of my holes on the hinges, so I took that screw out of the door and put a 1-inch screw through the hinge and into the door and stabilized the whole hinge at that point. After that, I had to pre-drill holes through the hinge holes into the metal door. I had 4 hinges on the new door, so I had to pre-drill 7 more holes into the door, put the 1-inch screws into the hinges in the door, and that secured the hinge rail onto the door. Once I had the hinge rail on the door, lifted the door in place into the door frame, took my foot and just kind of positioned it into this right corner here, kind of like the instructions show here. Once I got it into the corner, up against the molding, flush to the molding, I put the 1-inch screw here, and then continued to make sure that, you know, this was pushed up against the molding all the way. Put another screw in, and then did that again at the top. So there were 3 screws in, set screws in. I was able to open and close the door at that point, so I could check and see what kind of gap I had from the door to the brick molding. And at that point, went ahead and held this latch rail in place, and you can see I have about 1/8 of an inch or so. So that was really good. I was happy with that. You can go maybe 1/4 of an inch here. You want to kind of lay right in here. And so once I was in good shape as far as that goes, I went ahead and screwed in the latch rail with all the screws that they provided here. After that, I was able to just lay the rain cap on the top, put the extension in, on top of the rain cap, and then put the 3 screws in. After that, I opened the door, and on the inside of the hinge rail here, I put the 1-inch mounting screws all the way from the top to the bottom to secure the door. Then closed it again, and I had 3 mounting screws on the front already in, so I went ahead and filled in with the rest of the mounting screws, the painted mounting screws. put the plastic sweep cap, the sweep on here, and that was pretty much it, guys. Fortunately, I measured out, without having to put any shims on to close any gaps. So that was a good deal. And I was able to make some video of putting the latch on here, the handle, and then the latch on the inside. So I'm going to show you guys some of that video now. When putting the interior and exterior handles on the door, I've measured the halfway point of my door. It's right here. Actually, it was right up here a little bit. I lowered it because I don't want the handle of my main door here to hit the latch handle here. So I lowered it a little bit here, about a ½ inch. They have a template here they provided. You match up this line of the template with your line, center line. There's 3 holes that you see here. I need to drill through the door. Now the template here wraps around to line up those holes correctly to the exterior of the door. And I'll be taping this as well. Drilling from each side. They recommend not to drill completely through. You'll probably fray some of the metal here. So drill from the interior and then drill through the exterior to complete your holes. Okay, I'm about to put the handle on now, and I'll show you the parts for the outside handle. 4 pieces. So here's what we have. We have the push button right here. Got the spring, spindle, holds the spring in place there. Okay, so on the outside, or the inside, the interior latch, it's just 1 piece with 2 screws here. So let's go put it in the door now, guys. All right, the paper template's off now, so I'm gonna put all this in place, starting with the spindle there. All right, the interior latch has to match up with the spindle here, or the hole in the latch. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my screws and put those in place, one on the top and one on the bottom. Okay, we want to make sure it's flush here against the door. Looks like it is. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now I'm trying to line up the striker plate here with my latch. They provide 2 shims if you need additional space. If you have too much space, that is. Looks like I'm going to be okay here. Once I line it up, I'm going to mark it with a pencil, and then I will be screwing in 2 1 1/4 inch screws into the striker plate. So let's go ahead and try to line this up. right there. Right there. Okay, let's try this out. Works great, guys. Okay, now we need to put on the closer and we're finished with this door here. Now I'm going to put the closer on the door. Here's a look at the parts for that. Part names, instructions, how to put that on. Here's the parts right here. All right, step 1, measure down 2 inches from the bottom window, and then over on the door jamb here, apply this bracket at that 2-inch mark. Put in two 2-inch screws in the back 2 holes here of the base. Make sure that you put this base as close to the hinge bracket as you can get. Base is now on the door jamb. Got it as close to the hinge plate, back of the hinge plate as I could. Next I'll take this arm, position it on the base. There's a couple little slots that have to line up on the base, and then put another 2-inch screw into the arm and the base. Next step, take the closer, take the washer you see here, put that on the closer, take the pin, small pin, drop that in between the closer and the arm we just put on the door jamb. Alright, I'm going to pull the closer, place this orange clip in. Okay, now I'm going to take this bracket here, and with the long pin, I'm going to put that in place. Okay, come on. I'm going to have to put the camera down for the, there we go. Okay, that's in place. Now, what it says to do is just make sure that you have it level on the door. Once you get a level, make 2 marks for your screws. I'll probably put the, use some of the center, maybe this one here and this one here. Mark those, pre-drill into the door, and then put 2 of these 5/8 inch screws into the bracket. All right, let's try it out for the first time here. That was quick. You can make adjustments to the closer here. You can adjust it right here, guys. Try to go over that. All right, the final thing I want to say here is, yeah, you can adjust the closer, that screw that I showed you. Open the door, then let it close. Note the speed in which the door closes. You guys can read that. Screw it to the left for faster closing speed. Adjust it to the right clockwise for slower closing speed, and then close it each time you adjust it to test. That's it, guys. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Hope the video tonight has been helpful for today and night. Probably adjust this to a slower speed. Till next time, have a great day. Take care, guys.